Do you want to sail through the love of the Ahlulbayt, عليهم السلام? A journey toward divine love, light, and nearness to God in this world. Everything moves with order. The stars do not move randomly. The oceans move with precision. Even light has a fixed speed, and even atoms follow laws. So is it possible that the human being alone was created without meaning? And just as galaxies move according to order, the soul was also created to move toward its true light. The human being is not just a body, because the body alone cannot explain this strange feeling inside us, this longing, this emptiness, this constant search for something greater than life itself. And because of this, despite all the power and progress humanity has reached, the soul still feels hungry. A hunger that money cannot fill, nor fame, nor temporary pleasures, because the modern human problem is not a lack of tools, but the soul becoming distant from its true meaning. The more a person moves away from the light, the more emptiness begins to grow inside. And so the human being keeps searching for something he cannot fully explain, for a peace deeper than material things, for a love that never ends, for a light that makes the soul feel as though it has returned to its true home. And perhaps because love is the only language that souls understood before bodies were born. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "And I breathed into him from my spirit." The human being was created from clay, but within him is the ability to receive light. Not only the light of the eyes, but the light of meaning, the light of guidance, and the light of nearness to God. But here the real question begins. If Allah wants the human being to come closer to Him, then why did He not create us complete from the beginning? And why did He make life a journey? Because true love cannot be forced. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not create the human being to increase His kingdom, for the dominion of the heavens and the earth already belongs entirely to Him. He is the self-sufficient before creation and after creation. So then, why were we created? Because Allah wanted the soul to taste the meaning of closeness. He wanted the human being to discover true love by choice, to return to Him consciously, to feel the sweetness of light after darkness, and the sweetness of guidance after being lost. And this is why worship was always deeper than commands alone. Worship without spirit is like a body without light. But when love enters worship, the relationship begins to transform. At first, a person prays because he is commanded to pray. Then he begins to feel peace. Then his heart starts becoming attached to Allah, and slowly worship transforms from obligation into spiritual pleasure. And this is where the human being begins to feel something that this world can never truly give him: inner peace, tranquility, and the feeling that the soul is slowly returning to its true origin. And as divine love enters the heart, it begins to grow more and more. The human being moves closer to Allah, and Allah opens for his heart the doors of light, guidance, mercy, and peace. And this is where a person begins to understand the true meaning of nearness to God. But how does the human being know the way? How does he understand what Allah wants from him? Is Al-Kalam alone enough? Or does the human being need to see a living example before him? And from the wisdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He did not only send books to humanity, He also sent human beings like us, but souls filled with a higher light, so they could become living guides for humanity. What does a human being look like when he becomes close to Allah? How does he speak? How does he love? How does he show mercy? How does he remain patient? How does he face dhulm? How does he worship God? The human being is influenced by whatever he becomes close to. And because of this, the closer the heart moves toward light, the more pure, honest, and merciful it becomes. And the deeper it sinks into darkness, the further it moves away from its true nature. And here begins the secret of the Ahlulbayt, عليهم السلام. They are not merely historical personalities, and they are not only emotional symbols. They are a living example of what closeness to Allah looks like. And this is why the hearts of the Ahlulbayt, عليهم السلام, were among the purest hearts to carry the light of guidance. And it was as though their souls were among the closest souls to the light of Allah. And because of this, when a person looks at them, he does not only see great human beings, he sees what happens to the soul when it becomes filled with the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you look at Imam Ali, alayhi salam, you do not only see a brave man, you see a human being who reached a level where he said, "I did not worship you out of fear of your fire, nor out of desire for your paradise, but because I found you worthy of worship, so I worshipped you." Reflect deeply on these words. How does a human being reach a level where he worships Allah, not from fear nor from desire, but from love and knowledge? What kind of light existed within this heart? And here the deeper question begins. Who is Allah, that he could bring a human being to such love? If this is the light of the creation, then what about the greatness of the Creator himself? And here we begin to understand that the Ahlulbayt, عليهم السلام, do not only teach you how to live according to Allah's commands, they show you how to live this life while tasting the sweetness of nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They teach you the way of life that pleases Allah, and they reveal the beauty of worship, the beauty of peace, and the true contentment that the soul feels when it moves closer to its Creator. They are like clear mirrors. The more you look into them, the more clearly you see the reflection of divine light. And this is why, when we ask, do you want to sail through the love of the Ahlulbayt, عليهم السلام, we are not only asking about emotion, we are asking, do you want to begin the journey toward Allah? Do you want to understand why your soul always feels like it is searching for something greater than this life? Do you want to feel true nearness to God? Do you want to see what happens to the human being when the heart becomes filled with light? Because nearness to Allah is not a place you travel to. It is a state you become. And the closer a person moves toward Allah, the calmer, more honest, more merciful, and more illuminated his heart becomes. And perhaps this is why the human being continues searching throughout his entire life for that light which the soul was created to return to.